I'm now going to demonstrate donning and doffing the FFP3 respirator. It's important that you would have observed good hand hygiene and have gloves on. It's also important to be clean shaven, as if you're not clean shaven, you will not get a good seal on the FFP3 respirator. Before you put a respirator on, be familiar with the type of respirator you're going to use. As an example, I have two different types of FFP3 respirators here with me. Both of them provide the same level of protection. We'll start with this one here. This is an FFP3 respirator. When you pick up a respirator, you must check it for tears and for holes. And also, you must check the filter to make sure that the filter is in good order. You must also check the rubber seals on the inside. So just checking around, make sure that there's no holes or tears on the mask and that it's clean. On the inside, you can see that you have a seal. This seal should be in good order and have no rips or holes in it. Also, on the inside, you have a filter. It's important to check this filter, as this is the part where you're going to be breathing through. How I check this filter is simply just by holding it up to the light like so and checking the integrity. This mask, to me, looks good enough to use at this stage. With this particular type of respirator, you must check to make sure that you know which way is up. How you know that this mask is facing the upwards position is that it has a kind of a plastic nose band here that you can squeeze in to take the shape of your nose. I'll just turn this one around like so. As you can see on the bottom, you have a kind of a nice curve here that fits under the chin, and you have a more prominent curve on the top where the nose part goes. This is the correct way that the mask is fitted, this way up. You'll also notice on this mask that you have two bands for your head. The one band goes down around the nape of the neck, and the other band goes up over the top of the head. I'm not going to demonstrate how to put this mask on, as I'll be demonstrating with the next mask. But this here is one type of FFP3 respirator. The type I'm going to be using is this FFP3 respirator. As you see, it's a different design than the previous one. This one here, again, has the strap for the top end of your head, but it also has a strap here that you put together for the nape of the neck. Again, like the previous mask, you must check this mask for tears, for holes, and just to make sure that the mask is safe to use. Like the other mask, you're going to check the rubber seal on the inside and also the filter. This mask looks good for me. Now, before you put this mask on, you must also check that you're putting it on the right way up. As with the previous mask, you can see that it has a curve at the bottom for your chin and a more prominent curve on the top for your nose. Now, there's no nose band on this, so that's the difference. But with the curve, the more prominent curve on the top of this, you know that this is the correct way that the mask goes on, this way here. Just one other thing before you put this mask on. You must connect the straps. at the bottom. And it's quite easy to do. They just clip into place like so. And pull till you hear the click. This mask is now ready to put on. So, putting on the mask is quite simple. What you want to do is you want to keep the bottom end outwards. Place the mask on your face like so. Bring the bottom strap with the clips on up over your head and down to the nape of the neck. Then with the top band, that just goes up on the head like so. Make sure that the mask is fitting nice and comfortably on your face. When you have the mask fitted comfortably on the face and the straps around the top of the head and the nape of the neck, it's now time to adjust the mask. How you adjust the mask, quite simply, is by just pulling on the two straps like so. And the mask will adjust to your face. Once you have this part done, it's important to do a fit check. So how to carry out a fit check is by simply cupping your hands like so, placing it over the mask and breathing in and out. You'll note that when I done the fit check, that the mask, as I was drawing in air, the mask was being drawn in with it. What you're actually checking for as well is that around the seal, you cannot feel any air being drawn in. This is pretty much the mask on properly now. I would be happy enough to go and do whatever I have to do with the mask on. Taking the mask off is quite simple, but there's one important thing you must remember. The outside of this mask is now contaminated and you should not touch it. So taking off the mask is pretty much doing it the opposite way of the way you put it on. The first thing you do is the bottom strap that's around the nape of the neck comes up over the head like so. Tilt your head slightly forward and take off the part of the band that's on the top of the head. If you have a good seal, the masks, you should have to nearly pull the mask off your face. When you're finished with the mask, you dispose of it in your biohazard waste bag. And that is donning and doffing the FFP3 respirator. Thank you.